Hello, everyone, and welcome to January's energy forecast for this month. So we have entered into our new year of 2020. So we will be doing our spread using first the frequency tarot to let us know what is the general frequency that we're going to be working with for each one of our weeks. Then we're going to be using the Oracle of the Angels to give us the affirmation that we can work with for that week. And then we're also going to be using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms is kind of going to be our two-part because it's going to tell us, hello, thanks for joining, thanks for being here. So it's going to be our two-parter because it's going to let us know some wisdom, but it's also going to tell us maybe like what shadow we're working with as well, or what might be the shadow aspect. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. So that is what we're going to be working with today as we go through the 4 weeks of January. So let's go ahead, and for those of you that are sharing, I thank you so much for sharing. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with our first week in January. I'm actually starting, technically today is the first week that we're working with. Excuse me, I have something in my eye there. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see what is the frequency that we're going to be working with in the first week of January 2022. Okay, so, all right, beautiful. So what we're going to be working with for the first week is we're working with this integration. And, this is a really beautiful energy because what this integration is telling us is it's saying that all the work that we've been doing from last year, we are putting it into this year. We're putting it more into practice. And that's what's really important is the more and more that we begin to learn, we begin to grow, we integrate that knowledge. And as we integrate it, we use it on a consistent basis because it's wonderful to have spiritual tools. It's wonderful to have a spiritual practice. But if you do not use it, then it's basically just like a light bulb that's burnt out and you're not using it. So that's why this energy is really beautiful because it's giving us that beautiful invitation to continue to integrate everything that we have learned, every experience that we're going through or that we have gone through. And the other thing about this integration card that's really beautiful is you see on the outside, it's kind of like a tangled mess. And then we get on the inside, it's still kind of a tangled mess. But as we come into the center, it becomes more and more refined and it becomes more and more defined. And the more and more definition that we have, it really means that we have really taken that lesson in and we have said, okay, I've made this a part of me. It is no longer, just this or that. It is now I've taken the central idea and I've integrated it within myself. So let's see. What is the affirmation that we can use for our first week? Oh, beautiful. So our card here is the card number 44, which is believe in dreams. And so we're going to go ahead and read that affirmation. So number 44. Let's see here, number 44. I remain confident and determined, even in the face of, now this says challenges, but when it says challenges, I always like to use those as opportunities for growth. So instead of saying challenges, I just say it's an opportunity for growth. I draw on my inner strength to help me keep focused on my dreams. I rejoice in the success that is coming to me. So really beautiful energy to go along with our integration is that it's telling us, so we're integrating, we're bringing all this in. And so from those integrations, from those experiences, it doesn't mean that we necessarily have to give up our dreams. It doesn't mean that we have to give up just because we have come to this opportunity for growth. It's actually saying this opportunity for growth is a wonderful experience for you to go through, and it's going to continue to help you to evolve and better refine and define the dream that you are really looking for and looking to embody and experience. So let's see what I love when this happens. So when I went to go pick up the deck, there was actually a card that was already flipped over. And this is the Keeper of the Scales, fairness and balance. So what this is really saying to us is, because it came in the challenger position. So if it were to come like this, this is an ally. It means helping us to gain some sort of wisdom. But when it comes like this is when it says it's a challenger, or she's telling us this is your opportunity to grow. Your opportunity to grow is coming and finding that harmony, because that's really what's important in this integration process, is finding that harmonious flow. It's not about you trying to make it work. It's not about you trying to make it happen. It's not about you going full force into one thing and forgetting everything else. It's about letting everything work together for the highest and best good of all, and allowing yourself to do so. And then she also has a little quote above there that I want to read to you guys from card number 38. Card number 38 here. And it is that, remember that what goes around comes around. Justice will be served one way or another, and harmony will be restored. So just that beautiful reminder, harmony is always going to be restored to us. And as long as we are willing to seek for that harmony, that's what's important. So that is week 1. So let's go ahead and let's now move on to week 2. So what frequency are we working with for January 2022, week 2, week number 2? Ooh, okay. So we actually have 2 cards here. And so our first card is revealing the mystery. So what this card is really telling us for the second week is, as we come into this integration, we are really beginning to reveal more and more of what it is our dream foundation is, or what is the foundation of our dreams to grow upon. And as we find that, we actually get that inner calling. We get to really hear that inner calling, and we get to heed more of that inner calling. And that's really what these 2 frequencies are saying. It's saying, okay, you're doing this integration work, which is helping you to build a firmer foundation, to reveal the mystery so that you can hear what it is that your frequency, your soul, your heart, however you want to put that, is really calling for. So that is in our second week. So let's go ahead and let's see what our affirmation is for our second week in January. Okay. Oh, beautiful. So this is the Ascension card. And so when it comes to this Ascension card, now in this deck, what it talks about in the way of ascension is really just taking time for yourself. Like, that's what's really important. So we're doing the active integration work this week. Then next week, as we've done that active integration work, now we're going into this passive type of work where we've taken the skill, or we've taken the experiences, we've refined them as much as possible, and now we're beginning to see how they fit into our picture. So it's really giving us this invitation to begin to work. Okay, apparently that's how this deck's going to work today. But anyway, sorry. So we are just taking that time for ourselves to really do that more passive work. This isn't so much active work in the mind. It's more that passive work in the heart, and allowing ourselves to go through the process. And our next card here, once again, went to go pick up the deck, and this was the card that was already flipped over on the bottom. And this is the dream walker, dreams, the collective good, illusions. So as we come in, as we are doing this work, and revealing the mysteries, we are peeling back the layers of illusions. Maybe we thought that we had this foundation for a dream because we thought it was something very altruistic. But in fact, what we found out through this integration process, through this revealing of the mystery and the inner calling, that maybe we need to redirect. Maybe we need to, as we came into ourselves, got honest with ourselves, we saw the illusions for what they were, and we're saying, you know what, this isn't serving me and it's not serving anyone else. So really taking that deeper look, and that's that beautiful invitation from the Dream Walker. Look within as you're doing this integration work and saying, okay, why am I doing this? Questioning it. Not just, oh, it is what it is. Let's question it. Let's ask, why do I have this dream? What is the central focus of it? Why did I want to do it in the first place? And do I need to shift or change directions? If you do need to shift or change directions, that's fine. It doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong, that you're a bad person. It just simply means, okay, I was off the mark and now I want to move into alignment. And that means I have to look at my illusions. I have to look at what I thought was true and realize that it was never true in the first place. And that's, once again, it all starts with that integration process. So now we're going to move on to the third week and see what frequency we are working with. Okay, so let's see our third week here. Okay, so our third week is we are getting to connect with soul family. And as we do that, we get this creative boost. And so with these two cards together, this one is saying that, we get to connect with more like-minded people. When it says soul family, it's really just a fancy word for kindred spirits or people that you feel a deep resonance with, that maybe you've met before, maybe you haven't. But that's really all that means. Because in truth, if we really look at it, everyone is soul family. Everyone is of the same, creator. We are all that. But there's going to be certain people that you may find fit the frequency that you are currently embodying. And that's it. And then as we connect with them, we get this ability to be a little bit more creative. Our creative juices start pumping because we are with these people who really inspire us, who really spark us to life. And so then we're going to go see what our affirmation is. Beautiful. Okay, so our affirmation is number 17, growing. So as we come in contact with those people who are a vibrational match for us, we get into that creativity, which helps us to grow. And let's see what number 17 says for us. And so number 17 says, each day I nourish myself with the light in order to grow in divinity. I am here to learn and grow. I find harmony between material and spiritual worlds, and I free myself from inner conflict. So I really love that that's the next card, because it's saying as we connect with those soul family and really get those creative juices flowing, we have this opportunity to grow in ways of thinking, in ways of being, in ways of acting that we maybe never had the chance to before, because we weren't necessarily a vibrational match for, that soul family or for those people at that time. So we're really getting this beautiful opportunity to grow. And then let's see what wisdom and or what's the shadow that we might be working with. Okay, so the wisdom is the High Lady of love and compassion, reverence, kindness, and consideration. Okay, so this is really this beautiful invitation to let us be kind, to let us really be in that compassionate energy and not condemning ourselves, not condemning others, and not trying to make a certain relationship more special than anything else, because that's a tendency that we all have when that soul family card comes up. It's like, oh, this person is more special than anyone else. And we don't want that. That's something we do not want to do. We want to be as open and compassionate as we can be, not only with others, but also with ourselves as we go through this integration process and these and this growth. So be kind, be compassionate. And what I love about this card is she's really just kind of sitting there, and she is also being the observer. She's not trying to make the animals come to her. She's not trying to make anything happen. She's allowing everything to come to her because she is in that reverence, knowing that, everything's going to work out for her, knowing that as long as she embodies the truth of who she is, the kindness, the love, the joy, all of those things, that she doesn't have to necessarily do anything. She will be attracting all of that to her. So that's week 1, week 2, week 3. Okay, and this is going to be our last week. This is going to be our week of, our last week in January. So the last week in January. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. So we're going to do these 2 cards. Actually, these 3 cards. So our first one is alchemy. And really, this is saying, this is, I think, the perfect ending to January, because what we've been doing is exactly this. We've been doing alchemy. What is alchemy? But putting everything together to work for good, to make something new, to have that new foundation, to have a new perspective, a new mindset. Because you have combined different aspects together to make something new. As we do that, we get this beautiful openness. We get this ability to be more open. We get this ability to allow ourselves to see things from a different and new perspective. And through that, it just opens the gates for gratitude, because we can be grateful for everything that we have integrated and used to make this new mindset, or to make this new foundation that we have. So those are our 3 frequencies. So it's alchemy, openness, and gratitude. So then let's go ahead and let's see what is our affirmation for January. Beautiful. So as we have, these new energies, we get the door to infinite possibilities. So let's go ahead and let's read that affirmation. Inside of me is a door to the infinite. I take the time to go to my heart center and link up with heaven. In this serene place, I am eternal. Through this inner journey, I am able to see beyond life's opportunities for growth and reach the higher levels of my existence. My inner light is my greatest strength and my greatest wealth. So I just love that card, because I think it beautifully complements the other energies that we're working with right there, with the alchemy and the openness and the gratitude. So then let's kind of see what our shadow might be, or just what wisdom that Spirit has for us. Okay, so we have 2 cards here. So this one, it doesn't matter what position it comes in. This one is always saying the same thing. This is the Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment. So this is giving us this beautiful opportunity that as we alchemize, as we are open, as we see the doors to infinite opportunities, we are also not judging the doors. We're not judging the opportunities. We are seeing the opportunities for what they are, not saying good, bad, right, wrong. We're simply saying, we're using our discernment, and we're saying, okay, what feels the most peaceful and compelling, or what is really drawing my attention? Okay? Because then we have the map maker of destiny. And this is authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will, which is, of course, we have the opportunity to choose. And when we choose from that space of intuition, from that place of the heart, from that place of spirit, then we are choosing authentically. We are choosing from the truest part of ourselves. And that can really give us that beautiful inspiration for things that maybe we never thought possible, or ways of thinking that we just never really thought about because we were trapped in that old way of thinking. And now we are invigorated because we have alchemized. We're more open. We see the door to infinite possibility. We're not judging anything. We're simply using our discernment. And now we have a more open perspective on different avenues, different opportunities, however they may present themselves. So that is our generalized energy forecast for January. So it's about that integration. It's about really revealing the mystery and going into your inner calling and growing in compassion, growing in joy. As we do that, we alchemize everything that we have come to, which allows us to be more open. We have gratitude for what has come before, the experiences, which help us to open that door to the infinite possibilities. And as those doors to the infinite possibilities do come up, we look at them, but from a place of non-judgment. We also look at the experiences that we've been through without judgment, and that gives us more inspiration and more authentic choice, because we are no longer coming from the story that we thought was us. We are now coming from this authentic place. So that is our reading for January. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being here. If you're interested in more of my services or in more content like this, you're free to either go visit my website, which is in the description, awakeningmiracles.org, or you can go visit my YouTube link, which is also in the description of the video. It's Ronald Schaefer AM. So I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being here, and I will see you all tomorrow for the daily posts. And don't forget to also come back for Wednesday's live, as I will be sharing another practical spiritual tool to help us with the energies of integration.